This episode, we got new car announcements from Ford, Porsche, and Aston Martin.
Mercedes and Google are putting AI in their cars, Lexus says goodbye to the RC, and Porsche found a way to make the 911 GT3 RS even more expensive.
We've got quirks in a Bentley, batteries in a rickshaw, and M5s as far as the eye can see. Buckle up, kids. It's time for
Great Big Car Show.
Welcome back to the Great Big Car Show. I'm Rob, that's Sarah, and we have several new car announcements, starting with Chevy. You might be ready for the 2025 Corvette ZR1, but are you ready for the price? I guess we'll see. This is the all-new 2025 Corvette ZR1, the most powerful, fastest Corvette ever, boasting a staggering 1,064 horsepower that pushes it from 0 to 60 in only 2.3 seconds and reaches a top speed of 223 miles an hour. That's like 11 school zones. Standard features include a hand-assembled 5.5-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine and a bunch of extra carbon fiber stuff like your roof and your brakes. And this week, we finally get pricing and ordering information. In mid-February, Chevrolet will begin accepting orders at a starting MSRP of $175,000 for the 1LZ Coupe and $185,000 for the 1LZ hardtop convertible. And if that's not enough, you can order in the 3LZ trim and add $11,000 to either one. When compared to the original MSRP of the last-gen C7 ZR1 in 2019, that's a 41% price hike. Let me know if you think this generation is worth the jump.
The GTD is the fastest street-legal Mustang ever, but apparently that isn't special enough for Ford. They just announced a new trim that derives its inspiration from the 1964 Mustang Tri-Bar and the overalls of Craig Breedlove. Google him, he's cool. This is the all-new Ford Mustang GTD Spirit of America. It will only come in white with twin racing stripes in race red and lightning blue. There's a bunch of exposed carbon fiber, including the front splitter and spoiler, the latter of which has a 5-foot Mustang printed on the back to remind the haters of who just passed them. The interior has a ton of unique and pretty colored bits, and it'll come standard with a GTD performance package. That means 815 horsepower, 664 pound-feet of torque, and a top speed of 202 miles per hour. Of course, applications are already closed, so unless you're already in line, you're out of luck.
It's official. This is your last chance to buy a new Lexus RC or RCF. But if you waited this long, you'll get rewarded with a special edition. After a decade of production and more than 90,000 examples sold across 62 countries, 2025 is the end of the road for the little two-door Grand Tourer. Sure, you could pick up an RC 300 or 350, but hey, this is the last year. If you're gonna go out big, am I right? This is the last RCF. Its final form will only be offered in a mono-spec final edition, powered by the naturally aspirated 5.0-liter V8 that produces a proper 472 horsepower. You'll get massive Brembo brakes, a handcrafted rear diff, an active rear wing, lightweight 19-inch BBS wheels, and a carbon fiber numbered final edition badge on your dash. All for around 93 grand.
I've always loved Aston Martins, but they just announced the 2025 Vantage Roadster, and I'm in love. The new Vantage Coupe was announced nearly a year ago and blew us all away with its gorgeous design and massive increases in horsepower and torque. But the Roadster was clearly worth the wait. The top adds 132 pounds to the mix, but they tackle that issue with modified structure and suspension to account for the slight rearward shift in weight distribution. That's what I would have done too. The top speed hasn't suffered at all, still coming in at 202 miles per hour and racing 0 to 60 in a scant 3.5 seconds. Honestly, I would gladly crawl to 60 over a half-hour period if I got to do it looking that good. I mean, look at that thing.
Mercedes and Google decided that your car needs AI conversational search in it. But before you worry about being distracted by a long-form conversation with a robot, well, you might want to sit down because you're going to worry. The MBUX virtual assistant, with the help of Google's Gemini AI models, will be able to find information about navigation and points of interest while you're driving through natural conversation. Now you can ask the car things like, could you guide me to the nearest fine dining restaurant for a unique culinary experience? And then follow it up with, what's the chef's signature dish? Probably the extra large fries. I'm just hoping it can choose a place for us so neither Sarah and I have to decide where we're going to eat.
Good luck with that. Manthey Racing has been modifying and racing Porsches for nearly 30 years. They also make some extreme performance kits for regular Porsche owners who want to put their 911 to proper use on track days. Porsche, who owns a majority stake in Manthey, is now making 2 more of those kits available in the US. The first is for the 991 911 GT3 RS, which includes a ton of carbon fiber aerodynamic parts that aim to improve downforce by 20% with no additional drag. It completely replaces the rear window with with a carbon fiber panel for weight reduction, and there's also an enormous shark fin that improves cornering and makes me want one on my SUV. I just don't know where I would put it. The kit also includes new semi-active coilover suspension, track-optimized brakes, and of course, you can add a Manthey puddle lamp and stickers for a few extra horsepower.
The second kit is for the 991-911 GT2 RS that includes a new rear spoiler and additional flaps in the front spoiler that improve downforce at 124 miles an hour. They track-optimized coilover suspension and adjustable front shocks, super light magnesium wheels, and an additional water tank for spray cooling the intercoolers.
Both kits are available to order immediately through Manthey certified US Porsche centers, with delivery expecting by spring 2025. MSRP for the 911 GT3 RS Manthey kit is $116,160. MSRP for the 911 GT2 RS Manthey kit is $113,140.
Don't worry guys, that price includes installation. We tracked around 134 new car review videos this week and picked a few that we think you should watch. Starting with the Topher, who took a Civic Type R out for one of his POV reviews, but this time he brought the 315 horsepower front wheel drive sedan out into the snow to see how it manages the powder. And yes, he does reverse donuts.
I want to do reverse donuts. Next up was Doug DeMiro, who was looking for quirks and features in a brand new 2025 Bentley Continental GT, and he sure finds them. Plenty of gems like a tri-panel rotating dash, a night vision camera, and a full-color glistening puddle lamp. But he also found his hood latch on the floor, so I guess they thought of mechanics too.
Oh, I'm sure Bentley mechanics are doing just fine. The other review that really caught our eye was from Autocar India, where they got a first look at an EV rickshaw that was built with collaboration between Hyundai and an Indian motorcycle manufacturer called TVS. I don't know why I love the idea of an electric rickshaw so much, but I absolutely do. And this one has a really unique feature. The back seat folds forwards and a ramp extends out the back so you can pick up a passenger in a wheelchair. Brilliant.
If you're just looking for some automotive fun, you could head over to CarWow, where Matt gathered 3 generations of M5s to, what else, drag race them. This gives you the perfect place to go complain about the G90 in the comments with everyone else.
I was actually a bit bummed they didn't go back 2 more generations. That way we would have got like an E39 M5. It would have come in last, but I feel like it would have looked best doing it.
If you say so.
All right, if we missed some news or a car video that you think that we should watch, do us a favor and leave it in the comments below.
If you enjoyed the show, we'd appreciate a like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone that you know who loves cars, trucks, or bikes. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode.
All right, guys, try to remember, no matter what you drive,
use it to chase your joy.
we'll see you soon.